at some point, you know, any Eagles fan is going, will you two just shut up about Tom Brady? But
already?
Yeah, it came on the air. They were saying that, but
well, we got 3 more quarters.
On the fields of pigskin, there are football games. And there are those that are so incredible where they must be retold for generations. The greatest games are ones where the unbelievable becomes real. When legends and tall tales are born, reality itself will bend and twist in ways never thought possible. For that is the glory to behold. To those walking into Paul Brown Stadium on a Sunday afternoon before the game, they will see one thing: greatness. Week 5 of the 2021 NFL season brings to us an unexpected heavyweight matchup. In Cincinnati, Ohio, little in terms of quality football has been played in the past 5 years, but today that will change. A return to glory is on the docket. To them, the Bengals are reviving. A team once lost in the wilderness, holding a broken fan base and shattered identity, have found the light. Joe Burrow resurrected from the torn ACL grave to relieve them of sin. His play has helped to bring a foreign concept to the area: hope. Skying balls to Jamar Chase, a defense that has rounded back into the stout form of years past and finally humming along. For the Bengals, they are playing with house money. Anything besides the bungling of the past half-decade is relief enough for their suffering. There are very few remnants of that game, but time eventually heals all wounds. Entering the gladiatorial coliseum of today, the first true test for the Bengals. A legitimate contender that is entering a far more critical state in their current era. The Green Bay Packers see this year as their last chance after years of coming up short. Tension cracks are showing despite the strong performances on the field. They got smacked by New Orleans in neutral territory to start the season, and it forced them not to take opponents lightly. With how many key players are going to be free agents after this season, they can't. Particularly against an upstart team looking to punch someone in the mouth. As the game commences, it starts out innocently enough. The defenses hold strong in the face of adversity. Aaron Rodgers is picked by the slimy paws of a Bengals defender. Green Bay tried to bribe the refs, but they were already bumped. Diamond Joe Burrow, however, was not. He is the main catalyst for their success, and allows Cincy to not only convert a 4-3, but draw first blood. Aaron Rodgers isn't one to allow his opponents to lord over him, however. He spirals the ball with beauty and elegance, and allows the Packers to respond in kind, with a cherry on top by the reliable Mason Crosby.
Oh no!
The usually reliable Mason Crosby. Let's sweep this off to the side. All that needs to be said is that Green Bay is also sweeping off the Bungles to the side. With precision and timely play, they allow Crosby, the Wisconsin wonder, to prove his last kick was a fluke and give the Packers the lead. Hallelujah. Joe Burrow must counter. He must make his own miracles, goddammit, since he won't win otherwise. Dude, just slide. No shame in fighting another day, man. Now Fox and their injury fetish allows us to see you unconscious on the ground. Paul Brown Stadium was tense. Could they be without their star quarterback for the game? Don't worry, folks. A cocktail of painkillers and the Shield's patented concussion shakedown allow him back onto the field. Glory to the NFL. And glory to the Packers for their offenses dominating the Bengals' defense again. All is at peace as Milwaukee might forces their way down the field on a touchdown to Davante Adams. It is almost halftime. The seconds are limited, but these aren't your ordinary Bungles.
And now he fires downfield to Jamar Chase. He's got it! Wow! And takes it all the way for a Bengals touchdown, 70 yards!
They have talent again. People were calling Jamar Chase a bust during the preseason. He's making them all eat shit like this poor Packers defender. A 16-14 contest at half. We have a game, but it's not great yet. That part is still to come. Not here. Joe Burrow forced a pass like Mike Brown forced Cincy to agree to bend over to his will. Like that stadium deal, it gains traction but is instantly reviled as the Bengals manage to stop the Packers in their tracks. Cue another field goal from Mason Crosby. And cue more magic from Chase, using the powers of magnetism to grab this deflected ball. They didn't do much else in the drive, but praise be to sorcery. Aaron Rodgers responds in kind by doing the thing with Davante Adams again. Now all of Cincy is drowning in unpasteurized cheese. Mason Crosby does another thing to give the Packers a lead by 8. Time is getting short. The Bengals must respond. Joe Burrow, under the glories of 1,000 painkillers, leads the Bengals down the field with clutch play after clutch play. It all sets up a Joe Mixon run for a touchdown, followed by a tactful 2-point conversion. Game tied. Kitty definitely goes meow. But did they leave too much time? Aaron Jones is gashing the defenses with a barrage of runs to the Bengal 20. The defense holds, but it sets up a potential 36-yard dagger on the leg of Mason Crosby.
3 for 3 today, and this one is no good!
Holy shit, he missed. You see, kids, the announcer jinx is very, very real. The win trolled him, and Cincy now has a chance to win. Just over 2 minutes left in the game, 2 timeouts. They get somewhere, but Evan McPherson will have to try a lengthy 57-yard field goal to win.
McPherson's kick is off the upright!
The gods proceed to troll him as well. They're Packers fans, aren't they? Green Bay still has 20 seconds left. And Devontae did another thing. That's it. Mason isn't missing again. Game over. Roll the credits and take it away.
His kick from 51 yards out. It's no good.
Well, it was a tougher kick than the first one. We're actually going to overtime in this game because nobody can make a kick now. Maybe Joe Burrow can do something?
Tied at 22. Burrow. Oh, goodness! Intercepted by Devontae Campbell.
Not the thing I had in mind, but I guess I'll take it. The Packers can't do shit, but they get another chance at glory. With Mason Crosby.
On the first play from scrimmage in overtime. Crosby from 40. It is no good.
He missed again? Jesus Christ, he fucking missed again. What the hell is going on with kickers this fucking week? I'll never understand how NFL teams allow kickers that just miss kicks. And Ninja aside, Mason Crosby has to be in hell. He's one of the most reliable kickers in the league. 27 straight makes and then he just falls off a map. His confidence has to be shot right now. And it's happened to him before. Back in 2018 at Ford Field. He just kept pulling his kicks wide and allowed Matt Patricia to pretend he was a good coach. Just saying, you might have to burn your cleats again, dude. Maybe Green Bay can burn this game as Jamar Chase continued his chemistry with Joe Burrow. Packer Nation is now shitting cheese curds. Pain abound as Cincy tries another long 49-yard field goal.
49-yard attempt for the win. McPherson's kick is off the upright.
Okay, now this is getting fucking ridiculous. That kick was goddamn tried and true and the gods used the fucking winds of fate to curve it inversely. Will the asshole at the Buffalo Wild Wings stop hitting the overtime button? Nobody's enjoying this besides the sick fucks who like to see fan bases squirm. Green Bay now gets another miracle and can potentially win again. Mercedes Lewis flexes his seniority and his might with another catch with authority down the field. Second and long, Cincinnati counters as the Packers are down to their third-string left tackle. Sacked and out of field goal range. Aaron Rodgers, you're gonna need to play God again.
Rodgers looking. Now he throws, and it is Randall Cobb who makes the catch.
Motherfuck, he did it. An absolute prayer, and Randall Cobb makes a fantastic catch in traffic. Now they're back in field goal range, and oh lord, 4th and 1. You gotta bring out the battle-worn Mason Crosby to try and win again. For the love of all that is holy, please don't miss.
2 minutes remain in overtime. Crosby's kick, this time, is good.
Well, I'd say that was something. Silver Fox's redemption, even though he will probably still burn his cleats after the game. Cincinnati may have suffered a brutal loss, but they shouldn't take it too hard. This match has shown us that the Bengals can keep pace with quality opponents, and offer tantalizing upside once things finally get up to speed down there. The Escaluzzo may be open for business, but it runs on feelings of optimism. Even Joe Burrow gets a prize for his efforts, being rushed to a hospital after the game for a throat contusion. Looks like he'll need plenty more painkillers to go with his painkillers. The drugs he'll be injected with, the greatest game. It's all we need to no longer feel pain.
Yes, I did! Packers win! And I didn't see it because of freaking Fox! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
On August 29, 2021, a high school football game was being played at Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton. Live on ESPN, IMG Academy in Florida squared off against Bishop Sycamore, a school based out of Columbus, Ohio. But if anyone managed to watch the game in question, something was very wrong. The Bishop Sycamore Centurions looked completely overmatched. They were fucking destroyed. Think of it as Cumberland College coming back to life and we're getting bitch slapped by Georgia Tech again. It was that bad. So on the surface, people have a laugh. Bishop Sycamore looked like a squad of scrubs getting their asses handed to them on national TV. But then you start looking into the school itself. There's a big problem. It technically doesn't exist.
Bishop Sycamore told us they had a number of Division I prospects on their roster. To be frank, a lot of that we could not verify.
Bishop Sycamore had boasted about how it's a major D1 prep school. But ESPN, a major media network, couldn't find any information about any of the players on their databases. If you try to look up Bishop Sycamore in regards to Ohio high school football, there's no data about that either. The OHSAA has nothing on them. And worst of all, just look at the team. Look at how they exit the tunnel. Look at the massive size differentials between teams. Look at the lack of discipline and preparation Bishop Sycamore has. This isn't a football school, this is a fucking pickup team that played 2 days earlier. You heard that correctly. A football team that was playing a game on a Sunday afternoon played a high school football game on Friday night. The Centurions had traveled to Pittsburgh to play Still Rocks. They lost that game, but that's not the red flag. Why the hell would you need to play 2 games in 3 days? Still Rocks is a decent football school, but nowhere near what you consider elite. They can talk about how they have 2 separate teams, but there were many players who had played both games. Bishop Sycamore is putting kids in their late teens and early 20s through this. Yeah, I said late teens and early 20s. Most of the guys on the roster are either 5th-year seniors or JUCO college dropouts. Not even professionals are subjected to that pace. No wonder why they're getting their fucking asses kicked by IMG. Players are getting injured left and right, and ESPN doesn't know who the center is. He wasn't on their roster list. BS also played a QB who was listed as a wide receiver. Here's part of the roster they show, by the way. Just names. No height, weight, or class. The team is so underfunded that players are sharing equipment. Incredibly professional. You should expect nothing less from a school that uses a P.O. box as their address. Or is it a duplex now? They keep changing it. It's allegedly to protect the kids, but it goes way deeper than this. They play out of the Texas Christian Athletic League, based out of Ohio. Look to how they were in 2020. Bishop Sycamore in their first season got absolutely gobsmacked by every opponent they had faced. 0-6 with 2 canceled games. 42 points for and 227 points against. Their quarterback that year was apparently a linebacker convert who was ineligible for high school football. And did I mention most of their players are over the age of 18? The starting quarterback this year played in another state for 4 years. Most of their highly recruited athletes are fakes. Either guys who lie about themselves or were duped by the higher-ups. And there are at least 3 of them here. Roy Johnson, the coach of BS, Andre Peterson, the director of BS, and Jay Richardson, a Columbus media personality and longtime partner of the two. Maybe we can find them and ask about the criminal charges levied on Johnson and Peterson. Loan fraud, bouncing checks, all the shit out of a bad comedy. Yes, the head coach of the Centurions had an active arrest warrant at the time of the goddamn game. That would usually get someone fired before, but this is Bishop Sycamore. They have bigger issues, like how they prepare for games. Watch these warm-ups against Archbishop Hoban. Look at the differences between the two in organization and professionalism. It almost seems like a lot of these guys were picked up off the streets and given old pads. They dressed in the same black uniforms that Stowe Rocks had in the Friday game. I could have sworn they had white uniforms in 2020. Do they have other jerseys to wear anymore? Where's the money? What elite high school has to run a GoFundMe for funding? Their goal was apparently $20,000. What did they earn? $140. I try to talk about their educational pursuits, but I can find nothing on it. They say the kids are learning, but there would be some sort of accreditation by a public school board. Their website was a fucking blogspot page that mostly showed tips on how to put together a recruiting tape. I say was because they scrubbed it. Fortunately, I made an archive. Behold its majesty. So with all of this, you may be asking, how do they get the kids to join them? That's simple. They play on their ambitions. Join us and you'll get noticed by D1 colleges. You'll get playing time. You'll be mentored by the Word of God. Stability and opportunity. Perhaps a second chance at attracting big-time scouts if you're over the age of 18. It's sweet nectar to the fly. And then they get trapped. It becomes a money pit for them. Now, I can hear people say they may have had good intentions, but they backfired. It's possible, you know, the whole religion angle, helping underprivileged men get a step up in life. Here's the problem with that thinking. All 3 of them tried the same shit before. Allow me to introduce you to Christians of Faith, another elite prep high school founded by the same 3 men in Ohio. Ironically, they had all the same pitfalls as Bishop Sycamore did. They started play in 2018, going up against elite schools looking to fill out their schedules. They did this without a proper school, no education plans, no home stadium, questionable player status, and a phone number that went right to voicemail. But by God, COF Academy played the year. It was as terrible as you'd expect. They went 1-11. They started with 10 coaches but fell down to 2 and a team mom because no one was getting paid. The players were stuck in a hotel for 5 weeks until, shocker, the checks bounced. COF was no longer considered an academic institution in mid-September and stripped of their school registration by October. Nobody could verify a roster of the team, just like now. COF also played up the religion angle. They were represented by the Richard Allen Group, a financial arm of the African Methodist Episcopalian Church, or so they said. That itself was a scam. The church itself had to come out and say they weren't affiliated with them whatsoever. Christians of faith would blame the church for everything going to shit, but things got bad for the players. They learned nothing. Nobody went to class. They didn't have classes. By the end of the year, they were sleeping on the floor of a coach's house. Things got so dire that players had to steal from supermarkets just to fucking eat. This is an elite high school? One where everything goes cold after March 2019? It's easy. They'll just change their name and partner with Youth Build, a local school dedicated to helping the underprivileged. But as you can guess, everything fell to shit due to, wait for it, lack of proper housing, no transparency, and bouncing checks. To be so incredibly stupid to not only fail at being a scam, but to do the same goddamn operation again after being exposed as a scam? And change little about it? How the hell did ESPN or Paragon Marketing figure out nothing about Bishop Sycamore before the game? Even the slightest of research and background checks could have shown they were fraudulent. From what it seems, BS has shown that they give a shit about little besides lining their own pockets. But they were foolish enough to not only get caught once, but be brazen enough to try their grift on national television. They'll say they fired Roy Johnson, but it's just to cover their own ass. Johnson was the head guy at COF and is a key figure here as well. All 3 of these men belong in jail. They not only fuck with the lives of kids thinking they have a legitimate shot at college football offers, but use the guise of religion to give them a sense of comfort in the proceedings. There's a word for men like this. Charlatan. This goes for the teams playing BS as well. They don't care that they're a scam. They'll throw the school some money for a team to play against without looking past the veneer of what they present. It's the cynical nature of high school sports that's overtaken the development of students for winning. You think IMG cared about the ethics of their opponent? They played them before in 2020. Bishop Sycamore just got caught doing so. And there are probably plenty more of these schools out there. A handful of teams have already canceled their games with this team, and I doubt they play another game again. At least until the next grip comes along. The Ohio State government is looking to investigate Bishop Sycamore, and I hope they throw the fucking book at them. If Robertson, Johnson, or Peterson are watching this right now, all I have to say is this. You 3 are a level of scum I try not to cover. Fuck you. You deserve nothing but the cold embrace of a jail cell.
Mary.
Today I did a pan-seared lamb loin. It's crusted with garam masala. Underneath it's grilled eggplant puree. I'm looking at my plate and I'm wishing that I had my basmati rice. For me, it's just missing that right now. I'm really nervous.
It's beautifully done. The spices are not overwhelming.
Lamb's delicious.
It really is so tender. It's great.
Oh my gosh, they love it. Maybe rice is overrated.
John, please.
So here I kind of did a take on a tandoori chicken. We got a honey riata with some pistachios in it. Made the chicken a little spicier, and then I glazed it with some honey at the end.
Very tender. That's very nice.
Yeah, that was delicious.
What I love about this dish, it instantly says Indian cuisine.
You could go red team, blue team.
I have to say, I think they both have strong points to them. I'm going to have to go with the tandoori chicken.
Blue team, well done. Good start.
We couldn't at least get a tie.
1 point for blue. Next, Thai cuisine.
With the victory-deprived blue team taking an early lead, It's now time for Nedra to face her old teammate and nemesis, Janelle.
Nedra, please.
I have here a nice curry broth and some deep fried calamari.
Fried calamari, don't see a lot of in Thailand.
I wanted to do just something out of the box.
Calamari is nicely cooked, but I'm not getting a lot of herbs or other flavors. This is very highly seasoned.
Flavors haven't been cooked out.
Never cooked Thai before, so.
Okay. Janelle, please.
I wanted to do just a nice steamed halibut. I made a lemongrass coconut broth.
That's just gorgeous. This is a smart reinterpretation of a Thai classic dish.
Really?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Really? Like, really?
It's got that vibrance to it.
What?
And what's... Let me just...
That's delicious.
Come on.
The fish is soaking up the flavors of the coconut milk. I just think this is remarkable.
Like, seriously?
Red team or blue team?
I have to say red team.
What the fuck, really?
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job, Nedra.
Janelle, great job.
And what I also appreciated about that dish is you knew when to stop, when not to add more to it. I think you did a beautiful job.
Okay, whatever.
Thank you.
Next up.
With Janelle outclassing Nedra, the score is all tied up. Now, it's time to see who will win.
The Battle of Greece. Let's go.
Anthony or Cindy.
Cindy, please present your dish.
Today I prepared a stuffed chicken roulade and an orzo salad with mint.
Wow.
This is delicious. The chicken is very well done.
It's seasoned beautiful.
Thank you.
Anthony, please.
I have a seared lamb. The sauce underneath is plain Greek yogurt with plum and mint.
It's nicely cooked.
Yeah. Lamb, it's like butter.
The plum is sort of muddying the flavors a little bit.
The red team or the blue team?
To say red team.
Thank
Red
you.
team. Cindy, good job.
Thanks,
Pretty
Chef.
good job.
Yes! 2-1. We've got this in the bag.
Last pairing, Japanese cuisine.
It's the final round, and with the women up by 1, Zach will need to defeat Susan to force a tie.
Susan, please.
I have prepared a white miso dashi with a sauteed baby bok choy, a sesame seed crusted seared ahi with a ponzu daikon salad on top.
It's very... That's fantastic.
It's a very good dish.
Thank you, Chef.
It really does harmonize on the palate. Great job.
Thank you.
They love my dish. There is no way